So I wanted to talk a little bit more. This is another Lyme journal entry here in Santa Monica office, in my office here. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Malibu incident, because I think that's important, and I wanted to document what happened. So we took a camping trip. We haven't been camping now. We have a little trailer, travel trailer, and we used to go camping once a month. That was one of Carrie's favorite things to do. So I wanted to take her camping to, since she was doing a little bit better. She's been taking a lot of medications from the Lyme doctor, and she was having a brief period of respite. So for our anniversary, we went camping at Malibu. So we wanted to go kind of close to where we live. And it's always nice to be close to the beach and to see the ocean and watch the dolphins, and love that. It's my favorite. And at first it was okay. We enjoyed our initial part of the trip. That was fun. We hadn't set up the trailer in quite a while, so that was, we remember how much work that was. It's a lot of work to have your own little trailer, especially ours, because they're just not, it's got lots of things you have to do manually that you don't have on a lot of them. But she and I wanted to stay a little bit longer, and in the past we've done that, and she's put it away, and she's taken her time to put it away, and usually it takes about a day to hook it up, just because, it's a lot of work to do, and it's hot, and, she tries to pace herself. But Malibu has a noon checkout, and they were very strict on the noon checkout. So we were trying. I left that night because I had to work on Monday, so she wanted to do it herself. And I was a little anxious about it, and I kept saying, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" And she said, "Yes, I'm fine. Yes, I'm fine. Yes, I'm fine." So she wakes up and is putting away the trailer, and she's working on it, and I think she forgot how much work it was too. And it started to get hotter, and as she was getting overheated, she had an episode, and her episode was pretty serious. It bothers me a lot because I believed, or I felt, that this might be her last trip, her last time to be able to camp, and it's such a love for her. So I really wanted this to go right. I wanted this to go well. She, it's hard to talk about this one. So she was trying to pace herself. She was trying to go a little slower, and the manager, the female manager, her name is Cheryl, came to check on her, and to say, like, you guys need to be out of here, you need to be out of here by noon. And she was trying to explain to her that she is sick and she has to pace herself, and the manager was like, "I don't care, you have to be out of here by noon." Boom. I think I'm not sure what time that was exactly. Probably, I'm guessing, around 11, something like that. But he was like trying to explain, like, look, it just may not happen that way. If I push myself, I get sick. She didn't care. You need to be out of here. It's kind of her attitude. So Carrie pushed herself and got really sick. And I guess, I don't know if it was dehydration. Sometimes I think her medicine, I don't know, maybe it's the Neurolyme, maybe it's both, I don't know. But she became delirious, and she kind of started having some dementia symptoms and started hallucinating. Her memory just kind of gone. Reality was no longer reality. She thought that she didn't know where I was. She didn't know where the dogs were. They have a dog run at Malibu RV Park, and she thought that she saw her dog being attacked and killed by a mountain lion. I had the dogs with me. I had taken them the night before so that she could just focus on packing up and not have to worry about them. So she tried to go down to the dog run, and there's a bunch of stairs going down it's not straight, kind of curves and turns, whatever. She was trying to rescue her dog from being attacked by this mountain lion that she thought she was seeing. And so she fell down the stairs. And she hurt herself significantly. She has a big hematoma. She cut herself all up, and then she was crawling around with the leashes crying because she was saying her dogs were dead. The dogs were dead. So somebody, found her in this state, and the female manager, Cheryl, thought that she was drunk and was upset at her behavior. And Carrie can be a little, very assertive in a strong way, sometimes in a more hostile way. So I don't know if there was any of that, but I know she was defensive, probably. She can be defensive. So I was working. I was at the house working, and I'm a psychotherapist, and I'm a trauma expert. I specialize in trauma. I was co-facilitating a group with another therapist for people who have chronic complex trauma to the extreme. So people who have been raised with extreme sadistic abuse, a lot of sexual abuse, like multiple perpetrators, violent, a lot of violence in itself, kind of every form of child abuse that you can think of, and then magnify it. So that was the group I was running. And I got 2 calls from Malibu RV. And I want to play them because I want them documented. And it was, at first it was okay. It was just like, uh-oh, what's going on, But it started to get kind of crazy. So this was the first call I received.
Hi, Miss Henry. This is Cheryl from the Malibu Beach RV Park. You have a reservation here with an RV on spot, and there's a woman that's wandering around a little disoriented, confused, has some speech issues. I don't know what your intentions are, but we need you guys to get here and help her out. The reservation's in your name. I'm not even clearly sure what this lady's name is. So if you could give us a call at 310-456-6052, Miss Henry, and it's in regard to your guest, and your checkout time is in exactly 25 minutes. Thanks, I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Okay, so, not too bad, but hear the words: confusion, slurred speech problems, disoriented. These are the words that are being used by the manager. And we don't know what's going on. They're concerned, but you guys need to, leave essentially in 25 minutes. Calls back and figure out what's going on. Okay, fair. Reasonable. But, at that point, those are symptoms that definitely sound a little alarming. And then, this is the second message, and I'm really hoping this comes through.
Cindy, this is Jeff, manager of Malibu Beach RV Park. The partner's out here on Site 19. She ain't making any sense. She fell, she hurt herself, she's bleeding. She says her dogs are dead. Something's wrong with it. I'm calling the cops, or I'm towing your RV out of here if you're not calling us back in a matter of minutes. I will have your RV towed out of here if you don't call this office. 1-800-622-6052.
I really hope that you got that. So both of these, mind you, one was at, I have the times. The first one was August 18th, 2014, 11:36 a.m. The next one was the guy. His name is Jeff. He's the other manager, I guess. And that was on August 18th at 12:05. So suddenly, that's hostile. And what does he say? You know, she's not making any sense. Something's wrong with her. Something's wrong with her. And his solution is to call police. Yeah, police. So I got the call pretty soon after, you know, because the group ended around noon. So I got the call and I was like, oh no, what's going on? So I called and I talked to Cheryl. And she explained, you know, what was going on, that she was disoriented, she was having, you know, speech problems, confused, didn't know who she was. That was one, she didn't know who she was. And that she was crawling around on the gravel, on the dirt, saying that her dogs were dead, and that she had been in the office, and that she had gone in and taken waters or things like that, hadn't paid for them, just was acting bizarre. And their concern was to get her out of there, and I quote what she said, "We cannot have this kind of behavior going on at our RV park. We cannot have this kind of behavior." I'm sorry that somebody who is ill and is having a neurological problem is having behaviors that are making you uncomfortable. Really? And the solution is to call police. Never dawned on them that perhaps they should call the paramedics. Idiots. So I call back and I say, sometimes this happens to her. I don't know if her medication sometimes contributes to dehydration, or if it's just, you know, something that is neurologically a problem with her disease. She has Lyme's disease. They said, oh yeah, she said that to us that she has Lyme's disease. She's told you now that she's ill, that she's very ill, that she cannot just push through and move this RV, this trailer, and that she's obviously not okay. Hello? Doesn't that sound like a medical emergency to you? It does to me. So, and my favorite, demanding that I call or they're going to tow the RV. Because that's what matters. That's what was important. Okay. So, I am in like Pasadena area, which is northeast LA. Malibu is far west. There was a lot of traffic on the way. I said I'll be there as soon as I can. Call 911, call paramedics. That's what I said. You need to call the paramedics. She's having a medical emergency. That's what I told them. So, what do? They call police. Why? They don't want her there. She's embarrassing. It's an embarrassment. Yeah. This is their priority. She was embarrassing. Not only that, you know, campsites have camp hosts. Those are people who are volunteers who stay on site. Mike, I'm sorry, I'm calling you out. He is a very nice man, very, very good at de-escalating situations. I appreciated him very much. However, he didn't want to get involved, but he was a fire chief. So in Los Angeles, all fire department are also acting paramedics. So they're all trained in being paramedics. So here is this medical emergency going on, and you have access to a former fire chief who is a paramedic, who could evaluate the situation, you idiots, and figure it out and help you with paramedics. Oh my God. He could have maybe seen like, oh, you know what, we need to do this or this to help stabilize her a little bit. Something, but they didn't want to be bothered to even ask him. You have access to this guy. This is why you have him there. He was there. He was there. He was on site. He was there. And the way that it's located is at the entrance to the Malibu RV Park. Here is the main office. Here's the driveway. And here's the camp host. Right across the way. There's no excuse. None. There's no excuse. So I say, okay, you know, she's obviously not okay. I'm on my way. So I call and cancel all my clients. And I get down there. I'm driving. I call. And I'm saying, you know, there's a huge amount of traffic. You know, what's going on? Oh, we called the paramedics. This is what they said. We called the paramedics. They didn't. They called the sheriff. The sheriff called the paramedics. By the way, she was hallucinating so much that she thought that the sheriff's department, that there were 15 to 20 officers there for her, including a helicopter. That this is how delusional and how she was hallucinating at this thing. So they realized there's something wrong. Oh, and the lady, Cheryl, told me, she said, oh, and she has medication. She's got pills in her pocket. And I said, well, yeah, she has an illness. Of course she has medication in her pocket. She's got a chronic illness. Well, we can't have that kind of behavior here. So sorry it affected you in that way. Because it is all about your RV park. So I finally get there. And I said, you know, I talked to him. I said, look, she may be dehydrated. Why don't you get her some water? They said, oh, the paramedics came. They evaluated her and they left. And they said that she didn't want to go because she couldn't afford it. One of the things that anybody who has Lyme's knows, that you pretty much financially tank. It's an expensive disease. Because it's a controversial one and nobody believes it exists. At least not in Southern California. So you have to spend a lot of money to try to get the right doctors, to try to get the treatments that you need. And of course, one of the things that we're encountering, and which a lot of people encounter, is that you lose your health insurance. Because they don't want to pay for the medications because it's so fucking expensive. So, of course, that's what we're facing right now, too. And every time here that we get an ambulance called out, it's $1,000. Costs $1,000. And I pretty much have to call an ambulance every month or two. So, you know, it builds up. We've got a lot of medical bills we can't pay. There's things we can't pay. So she refused to go. So I said, look, just keep her calm and I'll be there as soon as I can. So I get there and I rush over to the site and I see there's 2 little bottles of water sitting on the trailer steps. Confusion. I look around. The truck isn't there. Carrie's truck is not there. Okay. The trailer is locked up. What's going on? I go in the trailer, look around the park. She's not there. Oh my God, what the hell is going on? I go to the management office. Where is she? I'm panicked. Where is she? They tell me, oh, she got in her truck, drove up to our office, talked to somebody, some guy, who was one of their volunteers or one of their staff. Everybody knew what was going on, and she drove off after talking to him. She was a little disoriented and she was still confused and hallucinating, and they let her go off. And Malibu RV is on a highway, a very busy highway. I could not believe what I was hearing. I said, are you kidding me? You let her drive off? They said, well, we don't make it a habit of stopping people from leaving. I said, she's confused, disoriented, and ill. You should have stopped her. Well, that's just not what we do. And they were, the rudeness was appalling. It was appalling. I mean, not only that, it was just appalling. And I was like, well, we're not responsible. Want to bet? If she had killed somebody, if she had died, if she had been in an accident, you damn well better believe that you are legally responsible. Don't kid yourself. You are responsible. As a company, you are responsible. If she was drunk, you'd be responsible. You knew she was disoriented. You knew she wasn't okay. I have phone calls to prove it. And you let her drive off. I call her up. Where are you? Thank God she answered her phone. Thank God she had her phone. She said, oh, blah, blah. She was totally disoriented. She was totally not lucid. I said, okay, the only thing I can do is try to get you to come back. So I got her to come back. Thank God. Thank God she got back safely. I cannot believe she was driving. Oh, dear God. The minute she got back, she was stumbling. I was like, honey, you need to get in my car. No, you need to get in the car. We're going to the hospital. Take her to the hospital. By the time we got to the hospital, she couldn't get out of the car. She couldn't walk. We were at the emergency room until 11 o'clock at night. I was hoping that they'd give her an IV and that she'd be okay. Because a lot of times, you know, she's in that state, they give her an IV, she's dehydrated, so it gets her out and she's all of a sudden lucid, but that didn't happen. She still was hallucinating and disoriented and confused and couldn't kind of piece things together while she was at the hospital. And I talked to the doctor and he said, well, you know, we did a CT scan to see if she had a concussion or head injury. We did, you know, this and this, and so I'm pretty confident that it might have been a medication interaction, and her labs are okay, so we have to release her. And I said, I'm really worried about releasing her. I don't think she's safe to leave. Well, there's nothing we can do because it goes by the numbers. You can obviously see she's not okay, but the numbers are saying that she's fine, so welcome to Lyme. Okay, well, I know how to manage her in this situation because I've done this now a lot. When at least she was a little more lucid, and she said, please take me home. And I said, okay. I said, well, we're supposed to go back to the RV park. She said, no, please take me home. So I drove from St. John's Medical Center to Pasadena. The next day, I have arranged for my assistant and somebody she knows to go and get the RV. And she drove an 18-wheeler, so I'm figuring she could kind of hopefully figure it out, you know, because she's a smart girl, smart woman, so she could figure it out. And I needed to work because I needed to see clients. I go to Carrie's apartment to get the keys, and I wanted to get the keys to get to be able to go in the trailer and pack it up and do whatever, and I was going to try to figure it out because they were demanding that I get the RV out by noon. I called them at 11 and was like, look, before I go to Carrie's, I called them and I said, you know, I just wanted to let you know, I'm going to give you an update on what's going on. Carrie got out of the hospital at 11 last night. I had to take her home. I'm making arrangements to get the RV. You know, I want to get it out of there as soon as possible. I was being really nice. You know, I was really unhappy with them. I was mad. I was really mad. But I was trying to be diplomatic. Cheryl is the one I was talking to. Naming you, girl. Naming you. And she's, oh, I don't care. It is not our problem. I said, you know, they were like, you know, you are not on the reservation. We were, you know, really accommodating to you yesterday. We did everything to help you. Really? News to me. But you need to get this, you need to get that RV off of our lot. You've got, you know, 1 hour or it's going to be towed. And she hung up the phone on me. Wow. This is unbelievable. Not only is that unbelievable because it's just inappropriate and rude, but it's also unbelievable because we're dealing with a medical emergency. And I said, and in that phone call, I said, look, you know, I'll pay for the extra night. Like, you know, we're going to need a little time to figure this out. This is a medical emergency. We have to figure this out. No, we're not extending your reservation. She said that the day before too. We're not extending your reservation. I don't care that there's a medical emergency. I need to get her out of here. And your RV. You guys need to leave. This is how we were treated. This is how we were treated. Unbelievable. Mind you, this is the last camping trip I think she'll ever have in her entire life. This is how her camping trip ends. This may be the last one of her life. And this is how it ended. With these jerks and this treatment. It's just... So I called back. Because I'm not going to be pushed around like that. Give me a break. Especially like so inappropriate. And I said, look, she is ill. This is not acceptable. You don't get to just treat us this way. She interrupts me and starts going off. I yelled over her because I was just done. And I said, she is dying. I believe she's dying. And this is the last camping trip she may ever have. I'm sorry that this inconvenienced you, but we have to make arrangements to get it out. I am doing everything I can. I'm trying to contact you to let you know, to help you guys understand what's going on, to keep you up to date. I think she's dying. I'm sorry. Well, that's not our problem. I saw red. I got so enraged. I have to admit this. I called her a cunt. I did. I said, you are a cunt. How dare you? It breaks my heart that this might have been our last trip. It breaks my heart. I really don't want to cry doing this. I want to get this out. I have to work. I was so mad and so upset. I was so angry and so upset, especially with this reality. And dealing with this for years. I was really trying to do something good for her. I knew this might be our last time. This is something we've shared together for a long time. We used to go to Malibu once a month. We were good customers. We've been there forever. So I called back and I was yelling at her. And the guy, Jeff, gets on the phone. He's just as much of a jerk. He says, at first he sounds like he's trying to, he hears how upset I am. And he sounds like he's trying to be diplomatic. And so I'm able to calm down and talk. I said, look, I'm doing everything I can. I want to get out just like you do. I'm not going to be able to do it by noon. It's 11 o'clock. I'm not going to even be able to get there by noon, but I'm going to do everything I can. I think that they're going to be able to be there by about 1, 2 at the latest. He says, you need to be out of here by noon. I said, it's just not going to happen. So he talks about, towing it. This is their threat. We're just going to tow your RV. I said, well, I mean, if you have to, you have to. I'll be happy to pay for another day. Again, we're not extending your stay. This is their famous line. We're not extending your stay. We don't give a shit. We just want you out. This is their basic thing. Great. So he says to me, look, we rent out little pieces of land so that people can camp on them. Little plots of dirt. This is word for word what he says. And your trailer is on one of our little plots of dirt. And we need your little trailer off of our little plot of dirt. So we're sorry that you're having an emergency, but we have an RV park to run. And you need to get your little trailer off of our little plot of dirt by noon. I said I'm going to do everything I can. I'm on my way, but I can't. It's not going to happen. I don't even know how to hook it up. Cheryl in the background says, why would you come to an RV park if you don't even know how to hook up your RV, if you don't know how to drive it? And I said, she's the one who knows how to drive it. Most people have this couple like this where one person knows and the other one doesn't. Shocking, but it's true. Why would you come to this RV? Because we're camping. One of us does one thing and the other one does the other. Screw you. They were so unbelievably rude. And he says, well, I'll hook it up to your truck and I'll pull it down the street and I will park it next to the beach. You can have it there as long as you want for the rest of the day, but you need to get it off of our lot. Thanks. Thanks for the support for the medical emergency, especially because I'm trying to accommodate you. I'm trying to do everything I can to let you know what's going on and to involve you so that you guys know what to expect, so that, if somebody else needs it or whatever, that they, are aware that there's an emergency going on. I went hysterical after I got off that phone. I sobbed for hours. I went over to Carrie's house, her apartment, to get the trailer keys, and she was dementia and still hallucinating. It was so sad. She was still really a mess. She was saying I was having an affair again. There's this paranoia that comes up about me having an affair, and she's like, you're having an affair. Why are you leaving? Why are you taking my truck? Why are you taking, why are you leaving me? Why, what is it? Something about this woman, I don't know. I still want to know who the woman is. I don't know who this woman is. It kind of changes, apparently. She's holding the keys, and I want to go with you. And I said, no, you can't go. It's not safe. You can't go. I'm trying to be really calm, and I'm crying. I said, look, I gotta get the RV. I just gotta get it. I gotta take it. Well, you need me to go? No, honey, you're sick. You're not gonna go. She says, look at what's going on at this place. Look at what's going on in this place. And she's saying it's covered and infested in termites. And I was like, what are you talking about? She said, there's termites everywhere. I said, there's no termites here. She said, look at the door frame. Look at all these black dots. All those black dots, those are termites. There's no black dots, honey. There's none. There's no termites. Then she says, Dexter, the dog. Dexter's gone. Dexter's not gone, honey. I have Dexter. Dexter's gone. Dexter's dead. The dogs were dead. I said, no, honey, the dogs were not dead. I have the dogs. Oh my God, I'm crying worse. She's holding the keys, and, as common with dementia, she's grabbing and holding them. I'm like, please, and I'm trying to just pry him, like, let go. Just let go. I gotta go. Let me just go take care of this. She's holding on, and then I finally got her hand up, and you broke my finger. Oh, I did not break your finger. And then she pushed me, again, you know, if you ever seen anybody with Alzheimer's, it's that kind of thing. So I know, you know, what's going on. I say, I gotta go get the trailer, and I'll be back. At this, I'm sobbing. I was just hysterical. I didn't even care so much, just hysterical. I cried all the way there. I didn't stop at the gate. There was tons of traffic. I got there afternoon. There was no way. It was not physically possible to even get there before noon. It was just stupid. I get there and I start packing up the trailer. And on the little golf cart, comes Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. Screw you. She came up to me and she had the gall. Hello. She's like, hello. Hi. I said. She said, are you checking out today? Really? Really? Yes, I'm checking out today. I'm going as fast as I can. She says, excuse me? What, you deaf? You don't hear me? I'm doing my best, and I will be out of here as fast as I possibly can. She gives me this look. Like, really? Oh my god. Oh my god. So I'm like, they're gonna fucking harass me. They're gonna freaking harass me. Really? So I'll be out of here as soon as I can. Oh, okay. Screw you. Passive aggressive crap. I was still sobbing. But I was like, you gotta just hold it together. Finally, my assistant got there and was helping me. And I said, shit, there's nothing I can do here. I have to have Carrie here. It was bad, because she's the only one who knows how to do certain things, and I knew my assistant wasn't gonna know, and I didn't know how to do all that, and I needed her there, so she brought Carrie. I also knew that as the day went on, that Carrie would get a little more lucid, so I was just praying that she'd be lucid enough to get us out of there. Thank God she was. She was lucid enough, and just, you know, drink water, drink water, drink water. I think it was about 4 when we finally got out. And we towed, and we got out of there. And to top it off, Carrie lost her wedding ring. There. Yeah. She lost her wedding ring. So we have to go and talk to them. Do you have the wedding ring? You know they're not gonna give us the ring if they find it. They're just sleazy. The last of our life. Even our Lyme doctor says, I don't know. I don't know if this is just Lyme. We gotta get this checked. So we have to go to the almond clinic. The almond clinic to do a brain spec. A brain spec. You have to pay out of pocket for the almond clinic. It's $4 grand for the assessment, let alone the treatment. Nice thing is they have a Lyme doctor there apparently who specializes in Lyme in the brain. I keep getting scared that she has a brain tumor, because her symptoms are so bizarre. Like, you know, usually it's like you have like schizophrenia, psychosis, you would have just psychotic symptoms. With Alzheimer's, you have just dementia symptoms. She gets both. And she follows the trajectory of both. It's really confusing. And then, of course, you add that with all the intense pain and the panic and the mood swings and the, you know, all the physical symptoms that she has. She gets these muscle jerks, like, Oh, and the weight loss. She keeps losing a lot of weight. She keeps eating a lot and losing a lot of weight. I really keep wondering if she has cancer. She had skin cancer, you know, and they had thought she had breast cancer and she didn't. But, I really think she might be dying. So I really wanted to try to give her a good thing at the end of her life. I hope that this gets out there. I hope people see this. I want them to know what Malibu RV did. I want them to know. Don't go there. Don't support them. I'm telling you the honest truth. There's nothing exaggerated. There's nothing blown up. Anything like that. That's exactly what happened. Exactly. And Carrie tells me that they really harassed her to leave. Like repeatedly, over and over. She even told her, when she told her that she was sick, when she told Cheryl, Carrie told Cheryl that she was sick and she needed to go slow. Cheryl told her she thought she was lying, that she probably said this just to get out of things all the time. That's what she told her. I think it's discrimination. I do. I don't know if it qualifies on any legal way, but, you know, let's say that you were camping there and your loved one had a heart attack or something. They're not going to give you sympathy. They're not going to be supportive. They're going to pretend that they were, but they aren't. They're going to be cruel like that. They were cruel and disgusting. I'm so heartbroken and so upset. I've got a client in a few minutes. I can't